Have you ever asked yourself when will you be able to buy things without constantly calculating whether you can afford them? If you reach that point, you have achieved what people call financial freedom. But what does that number actually look like? $100,000, 1 million, or 10 million? In reality, there's a much smaller milestone. That milestone is $20,000. Before we break down why $20,000 is a turning point for financial freedom, let me show you an example. Imagine I am trying to push a heavy boulder up a hill. The beginning is the hardest part. I strain, I sweat, I make very little progress, and I start wondering if this is even possible. But once I build enough momentum, the boulder starts moving faster. And when it reaches the top, it rolls down the other side almost effortlessly. That is exactly what starting out in life or business feels like. Starting from nothing, struggling, grinding. But there are asset milestones that, once you cross them, change everything. $20,000 is the first major threshold. It separates people who will eventually build real wealth from those who will spend their entire lives living paycheck to paycheck. $20,000 is the moment your financial boulder crosses the top of the hill. Before this point, it always feels like you are pushing against gravity. After this point, you begin to feel gravity working in your favor. A study by Vanguard has shown that just $2,000 in an emergency fund can increase financial peace of mind by 21%. Put simply, if you lose your job, get sick, or face a natural disaster, this amount of money helps you feel more secure. $2,000, even less than what many people spend on a single vacation, can create a huge psychological shift because it pulls you out of pure survival mode. When you increase your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months of living expenses, equivalent to around $20,000 for most people, you gain an additional 13% improvement in financial peace of mind. More importantly, you create enough breathing room for your brain to start thinking about building assets instead of just holding money to survive. Let me explain this with math. Have you ever heard the term compound interest? Let us say you save $1,000 per month and earn an annual return of 8%. To reach the first $20,000, you need about 19 months of consistent saving and investing. A year and a half of discipline, sacrifice, and delayed gratification. Not easy, and honestly, most people quit halfway. But now comes the part that really matters. To reach the second $20,000, it only takes about 17 months. Why? Because now the first $20,000 is working alongside you, generating returns in parallel with your monthly savings. You do the same amount of work, save the same amount of money each month, accept the same level of risk, but shorten the timeline by 2 months because you now have money working for you. That is the power of compound interest. By the time you reach the third $20,000, the time shortens even further. Your money takes on more and more of the load, while your effort stays the same. And when you reach larger numbers, growth accelerates dramatically. When your money reaches $400,000, you can generate the next $20,000 in just 5 months. The same amount that once took nearly 2 years to save now appears automatically through investing. The first milestone feels impossible, but every milestone after becomes easier than the one before. You may be thinking that wealthy people have access to secret investment channels that ordinary people do not, like exclusive hedge funds, special deals, or opportunities that only open up once you are rich. That is partly true, but it is not what creates the $20,000 milestone. Because simply put, invest $1,000 and grow it by 10%, you earn $100. The same 10%, but on $10,000, you earn $1,000. That is a much bigger number, right? Of course, before that point, investment returns feel insignificant because you are working with small amounts. $100 is nice, but it is not life-changing. But a 10% return on $20,000 is $2,000. That is money flowing into your account over a year without you doing anything, not through a job, not through a monthly salary, simply because your existing money is earning for you. The investment strategy itself is not complicated: savings, stocks, gold, as long as you follow basic rules. The only difference is scale, and scale turns small numbers into real financial progress. But this is the part most people completely overlook, and it may be the most important point in this entire video. When you save $20,000, you have actually achieved something far more valuable than simply accumulating money in a bank account. At this point, you probably think money is the most important part of financial freedom. But it is not. The difference is not just the number. It actually happens inside your brain. When you have no savings, your brain operates in what psychologists call survival mode. Every financial decision is driven by fear and scarcity. You take the first job you can find, even if it is terrible, because you do not have the luxury to choose. You stay in situations you hate because leaving feels too risky. You say yes to things you do not want to do, simply because you need the money. In survival mode, your brain can barely think about growth or opportunity. All your mental energy gets drained by immediate threats and short-term survival needs. But once you cross the $20,000 mark, something remarkable happens. Suddenly, your brain has space to think differently. Instead of asking, "How do I survive until the next paycheck?" you start asking, "How do I grow this money?" Instead of reacting to every financial crisis, you become proactive about building wealth. And this is the key point. You start controlling your money instead of letting money control you. That shift affects every financial decision you make going forward. Remember this: before you save $20,000, buying a $4 cup of coffee can trigger a whole debate in your head about whether you can afford it. After you reach $20,000, those small worries fade away, because you know your priorities are in order and you understand what actually deserves your money. But there is another psychological shift that most people never talk about. You start seeing opportunities instead of just threats. When you live paycheck to paycheck, every unexpected expense feels like a disaster. Your car needs repairs, your laptop breaks, your rent goes up. Each one becomes a financial emergency that wrecks your entire month. But when you have $20,000 in the bank, a broken car is not a financial shock anymore. It is just a repair and a short pause. A broken laptop is not a crisis. It is a reasonable excuse to upgrade. Higher rent does not cause panic. It opens the option to move. More importantly, you start noticing opportunities that were always there, but previously out of reach. Before, when friends talked about starting a business or raising capital, you nodded and moved on. Now you can seriously ask whether investing $5,000 makes sense. Before, when you saw a great rental property deal, you scrolled past it feeling jealous. Now you sit down, run the numbers, and evaluate the investment. Before, when your boss mentioned a conference that could change your career, but the company would not pay for it, you found an excuse to say no. Now you think in terms of your own return on investment. That is what people really mean when they say money makes money. It is not that the universe favors rich people. It is that money creates choices, and choices create opportunities to make more money. Once you hit $20,000, you stop obsessing over small expenses and start focusing on big decisions. It sounds counterintuitive, but this is a real upgrade in financial thinking. When you're broke, you count every dollar and stress over every cup of coffee. Each tiny decision drains mental energy. But when you have a solid financial base, you realize most of those decisions do not shape your future. The difference between buying coffee and making it at home might be $1,000 a year. That is not nothing, but it is not what determines financial success or failure. What really matters are the big decisions. Where you live, what you drive, how much you save, and where you invest. These choices can change your net worth by tens of thousands of dollars over time. You stop reacting to small annoyances and start thinking like someone who builds wealth. And that is when your career starts to get interesting. Saving $20,000 does not just change how you see money, it changes how you see work. When you live off a paycheck, you are trapped in your current job. Even if your boss is awful, the environment is toxic, or the work is boring, you endure it. Because you need the next paycheck to survive. That puts you in a weak negotiating position. You are afraid to ask for a raise, afraid to push back on unreasonable demands, afraid to look for new opportunities because the risk feels too high, and you end up stuck in a vicious loop. But once you have that $20,000, you gain what people casually call walk-away money. You can quit and still survive for months. You do not become reckless, but you are no longer desperate. That psychological shift affects every career decision you make. Ironically, you often never need to touch that emergency money. Just knowing it is there is enough to change your behavior. You become more confident, more decisive, and more willing to take on bigger challenges. And when the way you carry yourself changes, you get better assignments, more recognition. And yes, you end up making more money. That creates a positive feedback loop that accelerates over time. But this is where many people mess up. They hit $20,000 and then spend it all. They buy a new car because they feel they deserve it. They take luxury trips as a reward. They put down payments on homes they can barely afford. Do not do that. $20,000 is not a reward. It is the foundation of your financial future, the seed of compound growth. With enough patience, it can support a lifetime of freedom. Ironically, many people spend more on cars over their lifetime than what they need to become financially independent. They spend $600 to $800 a month just to get around. Over 40 years, that adds up to more than $400,000. And then they say they cannot afford to save for retirement. On top of that, a new car loses 20% of its value the moment it leaves the dealership. Overinvesting in depreciating assets does not just cost you money, it destroys your wealth. If that same money were invested instead, the story would look very different. Instead of disappearing, it would compound. Of course, cars are an emotional decision. They offer comfort, status, and a sense of success. There is nothing wrong with that, as long as you understand the price. Car payments can make you feel rich, but in reality, they are quietly making you poorer. Everything is viewed through the lens of opportunity cost. Not to choke the joy out of life, but to live intentionally. And the surprising part is, you start realizing you do not actually need as much as you once thought. A bigger apartment might look great, but is it worth giving up 5 extra years of financial freedom? An expensive hobby can be fun, but there is almost always a cheaper way to be happy. This is not about living miserably, it is about living consciously. $20,000 will not make you rich overnight, but it fundamentally changes how you think about money. It is the line between surviving and growing, between reacting to life and actively shaping it. Start building that foundation today, because your future self is waiting for this decision. Your future self will thank you for it. And as for me, thank you for watching all the way to the end. I am Shark Invest, goodbye, and I will see you next time.